Today is Monday, June 16th, 2025, and it's 1:16. I just went to the San Jose District Federal Courthouse on 280 North 1st Street in San Jose, and as I was there, I looked on the website and it says there's a pro se program and it's open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 4. And so I went, and they asked me where I was before I even, the security even grabbed my bag, stopped me, and said, "Where are you going?" Or he wasn't security, he's a United States Marshal, and Sanchez was his name, or the name he gave me. It was about 12:45-ish, and so I told him, I was here for the pro se program, and he said that the guy's not there. And I said, "Oh, okay, it's okay." I didn't want to go see anybody specific. I just wanted to go to the office, see what it has to offer. And he said, "Nobody's there. There's nobody in the office. It's on the second floor, in room 270. So I'm not sure how he knew that all of this. But I've been having to run around. It's pretty hard for me to get some justice around here. And I went to go and file a Title 42 USC 1983 case on some police officers. And it's just been hard. When I was at the public defender's office, they told me I was supposed to go into court, and I went to court and they didn't even call my name. The actual public defender told me her name is Chelsea Davila, and so I went to the court. She said, "Yeah, be there, make sure you're there." They didn't call my name. It wasn't even on the calendar. So I went to this was a few months back. I went to the public defender's office to try to talk to the lady or see what happened or something. I was happy because I'm like, maybe I won. They didn't want to take the case. And so I went to go, just see what was going on, maybe why she didn't tell me earlier that I didn't have to go, or, something, or, what can I do from here, or some kind of questions I had for her. And the lady at the desk said she's not there, and she's actually not even in San Jose. She's in some other city. I remember it wasn't like, a neighboring city like Santa Clara or Mountain View or somewhere far. So it's like, dang, it's kind of odd that she would tell me to be in court. I talked to her probably a week ahead that she would tell me to be in court, and she knew that she wasn't even going to be there, and she was actually out of town. And so I was just like, man, this is strange. I'm getting run around from everybody. So I went to ask her name. She says she doesn't give out her name, and she is she's a receptionist or something at the actual office, the public defender's office, and I was gonna just, say accept it, but then somebody in the office said that's against the law. You have to give them your name. And then I remembered, yeah, because she's a public worker. She works for the public, and she's supposed to give me her name because I wanted to make a record of who I talked to. And she's like, no, I don't give out my name. And I'm like, are you serious? You don't? You're a public worker, and that's your obligation. You're obligated to give me your name. I want to make a record that I talked to you. And she said, no, I'm not going to give you my name. I don't give out my name to people. So that was in San Jose. Like I said, the San Jose Public Defender's Office, the ones who are supposed to defend the public, defend me, who are supposed to help me, and I don't know why I'm getting this. So at this courthouse, the federal courthouse in San Jose, on the website, it says you can make an appointment by calling this number, and it ended with 1480. I think it's 297-1480, 408 area code. Or you can go into the office and schedule an appointment. And so these guys, they didn't even let me in the building. They didn't even check my bags or nothing. Like, he just gave me a guy, his name is Hao Sung. So Hao Sung or something like that. And he's for the Asian Alliance Law. And I guess he helps people if they have questions with their cases, or they're planning to be, or they're pro se, they're going to be pro se, and he handles things to help them. And so I called the number, and nobody answered. So it's frustrating because, if Safeway says their office or their store hours or between this and this, and you go there and it's closed, Safeway, they get in trouble by, I don't know, the state or something for having false, information or false store hours. And I know these things, that if you have a store and it says it's supposed to be open, it's supposed to be open. There's somebody you can call, and they will get sanctioned or something for it. And so this is on the website. I don't want to have problems with everybody, but it seems like, maybe it's my skin color, and it seems like I can't get, no justice over here. I don't want to say it's the county or the city, Santa Clara County, or if it's the city of San Jose, but at the federal building. So I wasn't, and I asked him, like, well, I didn't come to see a specific guy. Thank you for the card, but I didn't come to see him. I came to go to the office. And he was like, no, nobody's in there. No, it's closed. So I was like, I can't even go to the office. Like I read it. It's like, hey, there is a guy there who can help you, or but you could call his number. Here's his number, or you can come in and make an appointment. or you can just come in. It says how do you, get the services? It says you can call and set up an appointment, or you can walk in the office, and here's the hours: Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 p.m., or Monday through Thursday. So I'm documenting this because I would love for a judge to see if everything is correct over here. I really think there's a problem in San Jose, and maybe if I was a different skin color, or I talk differently, or dress differently or something, I can get justice, or I can just walk around and go to the office and nobody's asking me. I'm here to handle business in my federal court building, which is open to everybody, and you don't check people at the door and all of that. You just, hey, you just let them, go and handle their business. I didn't ask the guy for help. I didn't tell him, hey, I wanted to, can you tell me this? And he just volunteered, stopped me, didn't put my bag on the table, and he's like, what are you here for? You have ID? And I'm like trying to pull my ID out, and he's like, well, wait. Oh, I don't think he's here. I just said the pro se office. I didn't ask for him or anything. And so you're going to stop me from going into my federal court, and I can't go to, nobody's there. Well, I want to file a case, Title 42 USC 1983 case. That's what I want to do. And so if they had some help for me up there, I would have took it. But I'm trying to actually, go in there and file this case. I think the statute of limitations is coming up, and I just been having problems with my phone, like my searches. So I wasn't able to look this. I didn't know that there's a service like this, and I wasn't gonna even, go through with the lawsuit. And then I found that there's this service, and it's like, yes, I've been looking for something like this. Finally found it after I had an update on my phone. And so I don't know, what's going on, but it seems like a lot of people are working against me. And I'm trying to document everything so I can show the totality of all of these, different agencies that are stopping me or that are treating me differently. They don't. I've seen people just walk in there. Maybe they knew those people, maybe not, but they just walk in the building and not just walk, gave them their stuff. Nobody's asking, hey, what are you here for, or nothing, And I don't think that's right. I was here to handle some business, and then that just threw me off. Like, I'm here to file my case. Like, I wanted to see what they have to offer, but I know that I need to file this before it's over, before it's, the deadline is over. So, yes, I'm just documenting this, and hopefully, these judges, or there's a judge that actually sees that there is an issue, like I see that there's an issue, and nobody is above the law, and I've never been a criminal. And I come in contact with these police officers, and I'm not a criminal, and they're not criminals. And then when I leave, or when our encounter is done, I'm still not a criminal, but they become the criminals. And I'm starting to see that, every interaction, they are the criminals. They don't start off as criminals, but depriving me of rights, threatening me with going to jail, taking my property, without just cause, without no probable cause. There's no articulable suspicion. They're just trying to, I don't know, it seems like if I'm not supposed to belong here or something. And I don't care what, I respect everybody who gives me respect. And I understand that these people don't have authority over you because they have a badge. They have authority over crime, and that's why, we have a constitution, and we the people wrote that constitution, and we wrote it for our government to protect us and to help us handle affairs between one another, and so and to hold them accountable for their actions, and so it seems like the people who are supposed to protect and do all of that and for your prosperity and make you, for your general welfare and all these things, I'm not getting any of that. And I'm American, and I'm not a criminal, and I'm not a criminal. So I don't have a criminal record, but I seem to be accumulating these charges for my rights, for stating my rights. These seem to be the San Jose's police department's thing, that your rights can delay them from doing their job. And it seems like their job is to fuck with me, because I thought their job was to fight crime, and their job was to investigate crime, or to have a suspicion of one and investigate that, rather than sitting up here, telling me what I have to do. And I don't owe nothing to nobody, to the public. I owe nothing to nobody, so I don't have to perform for anybody. And I understand these things, and these guys are taking over my rights, man. And took my motorcycle. It just took my Harley Davidson motorcycle and my Lexus. And so I live in my RV now, and it's it's very hard to go to work now, because I took my car, because it was just parked, and I was in my RV. The guy knocks on the door, on the window. I come out and say, hey. He's like, when you gonna leave from here? I'm like, what are you talking about? Just rude, like he knows me, or like we've talked before, or I don't know what. And then he starts saying he wants to give me a warning about parking there. I'm like, all right, cool, just give me a warning, man. Because he wanted my ID, and I told him no. He's like, I'm just trying to give you a warning. Well, just give me a warning. You don't need my ID for that. And then he's like, well, what if I want to write you a ticket for your registration? I'm like, dude, how are you? See, like, they don't know how to talk to me, because they look at me like if I just committed a crime and they have something on me, or my skin is a crime. And so I know what identification for. That's inferring that there is a crime, and you need to identify the evidence of the crime. That's what identification means in the Black Laws Dictionary. And so if I'm not in a crime, I'm not no evidence to identify as crime. And I refuse to give him my ID, and he's telling me that, look, like, I need to shut up. I was like, dude, you don't have, wait, you just came walking up, man. You don't have no authority. This is not a traffic stop. I was in here minding my business, and you came knocking on my shit, putting on a sticker on my windows. That's my warning. You put a sticker on both of my windows, dude, and then you're telling me you want my ID so you can write me a ticket. So then when I told him, dude, you ain't got no authority right now, man, because there's no crime going on. Right now, I'm a citizen. I'm an American, just like you. There's no crime. Why you? It's retarded, man. How these people just come at you, like if you owe them something, or like you're scared of them, or you're on probation or parole or something, and you're like humbling yourself to them, and I don't have to do none of that, man. I'm not a criminal. I don't go to jail. I don't never been on none of that shit. And so all of this shit is as more I think about it, it's really a problem. And so I know I'm not the only black person that's going through this. I know there's many more people that is going through this, and I guess I think that there does need to be police, man, and you need to fight crime for me. Make it safe for me. Don't look at me like I'm the crime that you gotta fight. Not everybody that you come in contact with is you're able to do or talk to the way that you talk to people all the time. Hopefully you're fighting crime when you're doing that, and that's it. So the guy just went and he didn't even say nothing. He just walked away and then towed my car. And his reason is because I didn't give him my ID, or I'm not shutting up, or he couldn't have authority over me, and I checked him for like, wait a minute, dude, don't talk to me, telling me to shut up, like if I'm ignorant or stupid. So it's many more things happen. It's not the only thing. And then my motorcycle got taken. It was for retaliation. The guy came calling me by my middle name, and the only time anybody said that was when this officer, I told him I'm gonna sue them too. That's why I'm here, to actually sue those officers. And the guy called me by my middle name, and I'm like, dude, that's looks better for you, because my name it's Manuel, and I have a Hispanic name, and my middle name it's a black name. So he wanted to call me by my middle name because I guess to him it would look better if I'm black. He just picked my middle name to call me, rather than my first name that I told him my name was, and so I don't understand this, but so maybe he told his buddy, because his buddy came to my house a day after he told my motorcycle, but he was calling me by my middle name, come out, Omar, and it's like, why are you calling me that, man? The only person that called me that was an officer that I told him I was going to sue him for what they were doing. He was putting on gloves, talking to Omar, punching his hands and shit, like he was gonna, like I was scared of him. He was a black officer too. Out of all these officers, he was the one that did that, and it's weird, man. How I can't make this shit up. He had numbers, his badge numbers, and then I'm like, said his name and his badge numbers, and he was like, oh, these aren't my badge numbers. And I'm like, what do you mean they're not your badge numbers? Oh, we don't get badge numbers. I guess he was a rookie or something, and his shirt looked like a t-shirt or like a polo. It was a black polo, and it wasn't like everybody else's. So I'm wondering if he was riding along talking this, or, and they just gave him somebody's shirt, because That's very misleading to the public. If you have numbers on that are not yours, well, don't wear numbers. If that's not your numbers, don't wear any, because that throws the public off. Because when we look at your numbers and we write that down, and they don't have a record of somebody with those numbers, and that's very misleading to the public. And so where's the justice? How can you get justice when somebody has wrong numbers on their badge? So yeah, I just gotta document this stuff, because I came down to the federal office to file a case, but they wouldn't let me in the office. I don't know what, you're gonna check all my bags and everything. I don't know why not. What? This is a federal building, man. It's not. This is the fucking Publix. It's a public building, more than all of the buildings around, and I'm here to file a constitutional violation case, because I don't want to go to the state court and file where they just look at you like they don't have to help you, or where they're maliciously prosecuting me at, and I went to jail and had warrants and all of this for delaying the police. And the traffic stop took 2 hours, and in the police report the guy lied, and it's all on video. And I don't know why you would lie if it's all on videos, but that's where we're going. That's the cavalierness of the San Jose Police Department. They don't give a fuck. And in his report, what he put in there, I was actually a federal worker. I was a USPS mailman, federal worker, and he put that his extensive training told him that I am a sovereign citizen, and all I was telling him was my rights. And he asked me during the stop if I was a sovereign citizen, and I told him, no, I am not a sovereign citizen. I am just informed of my rights. And so these kind of labels are thrown on you, so you can be convicted in court, and then nobody really listens to what you're saying, because everybody who is supposed to help you out, you are a terrorist against them, and so that's a tactic to get total, the maximum amount of damage to me. And I don't work for them no more, because they started treating me like a criminal and writing me up for stuff I didn't do. It was very, very, I guess, the San Jose Police Department can, call your job and tell them that you're a terrorist. And I looked up my name, and I'm on a terrorist watch, a federal terrorist watch, because I know my rights, and that's all. That's it. And all of this happened because I was tired of them pulling me over, and I have to learn who I am. And so that's all this is. I've never been a criminal. I'm not trying to find a loophole to sue the police so I can get less time. None of that. I got charged with a PC 148A1, which is delaying the police, because apparently you delay the San Jose Police Department. I'm going to just say that, not just that police officer, and say the police department, when you state your rights, and they have no way around your rights. So that's delaying them, and that's a criminal act. And they arrest you and you go to jail. And there's no ticket. So that happened to me twice already, 2 times, getting pulled over. And I just state my rights. Hey, if you're investigating, there's no crime here. I've never committed a crime. So if you're investigating a crime, I'm not going to give you any information that you can use against me in the court of law. And so I'm not going to identify the crime that you're trying to identify, or I'm not going to help you out with your investigation. So if you have a warrant, you probably know my name already because you have a warrant, or if there's a crime, then you would probably be arresting me. And I'm not going to give you none of that, because I'm not here to be at your whim for a ticket. And I'm on my way to work, but it was 2 hours on my way to work. 2 hours that they had me stop there. Then he said in his report that I delayed them. So they called me a sovereign citizen, and that's a person who tries to defraud the government. And so this is what I'm going through. So I just want to put this. People need to know, man. And I put all the videos, well, most of them, of my interactions with the police on YouTube. After I did that, I got some police officer that, pulled me out the car and had me in handcuffs, and they were all tight. And he was like, no, they're not. I could put a finger through them. After I took, videos of it, and my wrist fucking hurting. He did this all just for it's extra, going beyond what your scope of your job is, or what you do with regular people. He had me out there, I guess, so maybe he can show pictures to his homeboys or whatever that I told my rights, and they don't like that you have rights, because what it is I've never been in a crime. I'm not a criminal. I work for a living. I buy my own stuff. I don't steal. I'm not robbing people. I don't know why that I got treated. I'm getting treated like this. And so San Jose Police Department, they're all like this. Everyone I came, it's probably good ones, and those ones didn't pull me over or didn't fuck with me or haven't fucked with me because they're into fighting crime. But everyone that I come in contact with, they are criminals, and it's a problem. It's a big problem. It wouldn't be a problem if I was a criminal. I would be over here trying to just, I guess, get over on them. I probably would be a sovereign citizen if I was a criminal, trying to get over on the government by coming here and suing them for technicalities or not writing something on a paper or something. No, this is not that. This is my rights being deprived from me, because when they look at me, I should be a subservient nigga, and I should not be a nigga that knows his rights. And I'm going to teach you a lesson is what it is. And, oh, you make us wait, I'm going to take you to jail. Oh, you're going to go that route? You're going to use your rights? What the fuck you mean, man? I have rights, and your job is here to preserve my rights, my liberties. That's what your whole job is for. That's what the Constitution was made for. So there's nothing that can come in and take over us, especially from within. These motherfuckers are really out of line, and it's really it's a problem, and it's a you know it's for the best of the public has interest in this, because I am the public and I'm everyone in the public, and I'm a police officer when he's off work, and I'm the judge when they get off work. I'm American. I'm not a criminal. They're not criminals. Do they get treated like this? I don't know, but I am.